Today on the show, I am talking about 5 elements every marketing strategy should contain, okay? Every marketer I know has approached this subject. All of them have done a fabulous job for the most part. The only issue I have is that no one is really talking about it from the perspective of leveraging your personal brand so that you can just be yourself or be authentic. That is the place that I come from. So a lot of the stuff that I'm gonna share with you today is stuff that you probably already know, but you're not familiar with how to leverage your personal brand to achieve them. Hello bosses, welcome back to my channel. Andrea Patrick, the BTB Boss. You're in the right place if you want to find that connection between your personal life and your business life to have a quality of life. You're also in the right place if you are ready to get control of your business and become the architect of your success. That's what we're talking about here on my channel. Personal branding, business tips, personal style, lifestyle, all the things that make up a quality of life. We're talking about them here on the channel. So if that sounds like your vibe, go ahead and subscribe. Click the notification bell. Also, if you want to be notified when new videos come out, which they do several times a week, so you don't want to miss out. Today on the show, I am talking about 5 elements every marketing strategy should contain, okay? The first one being, the first thing your strategy needs in order for it to work is a solution. Odds are you're in business, you started this business because either you had an issue that you needed to solve for yourself and you did, and you have a process for it, or you helped someone else solve a problem and you have a process for it. Either way, in order for any marketing strategy to work, there needs to be a solution that you're selling, that you have the strategy for. What does this solution need to do? Well, as far as your personal branding is concerned and leveraging your personal brand in this area, you need to make sure that you relate to the challenge your solution is solving. For me, for instance, I help people develop personal brands and then leverage them across whatever platform, whether it's in life or in business or even in their career. I came from a place of feeling like I wasn't enough, I couldn't get my life together, I couldn't, all the things. If you've not heard my story, I'll share it with you another time. It will definitely be inside my program that I will be launching very soon. But suffice it to say, what ended up happening was I had to do a lot of introspection and I had to figure a lot of things out. I call it unpacking my bag because we all come with baggage, right? I unpacked my bag and I repacked my bag, and I realized that as long as I could deal with the consequences of my actions, I could pretty much do what I wanted to do, which released me from a lot of obligations and expectations that other people had placed on me. And because I saw that problem for myself, I go through the process of solving that problem for my clients as well. So my solution is coming from a place where I actually relate very heavily to the challenges that most of my customers are going through. So that means I can meet them where they are. Also, you want to have an experience-based solution. As I mentioned before, you are either solving a problem that you had yourself, that you had to overcome, and you did overcome it, and you now have a step or processes or a strategy to help other people do the same thing. Or, like I said before, you have helped someone else in solving their problem. You could see beyond what they could see. You help them solve the problem and you realize that that was a great fix for other people, and now that has become your solution and your business. Either way, you have experienced the challenge that you are now looking to solve with this marketing strategy that you're going to be putting together. That's why you need to have a solution, if that makes sense. So you need an experience-based solution. I just want to kind of recap here. The very first thing you need for your marketing strategy, the first element, is a solution. In that solution, you need to be able to relate to the challenge that your customer base is facing. Next, whatever solution you have, it needs to be, or I suggest it be, experience-based. That means you can draw from your own experience, and we'll get into that a little bit later on, but you can draw from your own experience to help other people solve their problem, and that makes you even more relatable. You can come from an organic place, an authentic place, and not sound salesy. The second element you need is a goal, but you can't have a goal without a plan, because as the saying goes, a goal without a plan is just a wish. So you want to make sure that you have set up your framework for your goal. Don't just say, I want to do X. You have to say, I want to do X by doing these things in this amount of time because of this reason. And that is how you want to set up your goals, because you have to start with the end in mind. You don't know where you're going, then how are you going to get there? The plan is how you're going to get there. The goal is the end game. That's what you want to happen. So when you are creating a marketing strategy, look way into the future to determine what you want the end game to be. If you want to increase your number of subscribers on your email list, for instance, or if you want to sell so many courses in a time, or if you want to have so many people join your webinar, what are the activities that you need to do? The plan, what is the plan to actually help you achieve that goal? So the second element of these 5 elements every marketing strategy should have is a goal with a plan. Now, leveraging your personal brand here is about knowing your personal framework. What are your strengths? What are your desires? And what are those non-negotiables that are going to define what it is you are doing with your goal? Okay, so you need to set those parameters up. That's how you're going to leverage your personal brand here. The next element that I want you to think about when you are creating marketing strategies is the target. Who is this strategy for? Who is your target audience? It's important here for you to create what I like to call a client avatar. I've told this story before in my podcast, and I may have mentioned it in some of my videos as well, but I was listening to a podcast or I was watching someone else's video, I can't remember, but there was just this great visual that the person gave me as it relates to the avatar. And basically what it says is your customer avatar should be one person, give him or her a name, and then she becomes representative of your entire customer base. And you want to run everything through that avatar. Will he or she like it? Is this something he or she would do? Is this a place he or she would go? Is this a feeling he or she would have? This is the way you want to think about your strategy and what elements of your strategy you're putting together for your audience. You have to keep your target in mind, because what will happen if you don't and you just give people what you think they want? They're not going to watch it. Even if it's something that they want and they need, it really requires you speaking their language and understanding where they're coming from so that you can reciprocate that same feeling. You can mirror what it is they're looking for so that it attracts them. This is not an easy thing to do. It does require you to really understand who your target audience is, where they're coming from, what they like, what they don't like. It also requires a lot of testing, because you're not going to get it right the first time. If you're not a sales copy person, which I'm not, I'm working on it, but if you're not into sales copy and convincing people and attracting people, then you really have to befriend them and build relationship with them so that you can ask them what they want, and then you can just give them what they ask for. Otherwise, if you're like shooting in the dark, you're going to miss your target and it's not going to end up the way you want it to, so your marketing strategy is just not going to work. So I suggest this third element, being your target, is to really dive deep into who you want your audience to be. Give that grouping of people a representative. Give that representative a name, a personality, characteristics, all the things that represent the group. And then before you make decisions about where you're going to show up for your strategy, how you're going to show up for your strategy, what you're going to say, what your message is going to be, you run that through, get the approval of the customer avatar based on what you know of the entire group. And that will make it a little bit easier for you to really attract them in the first place, then engage them, and then ultimately convert them through your marketing strategy. Now, these are all words, this is all suggestions, but let me tell you, it's not easy if you're not familiar. That's why I have created this program, which I will mention later, so keep listening. But I've created this program that really takes you from the beginning until the end, where you can really take control of your business and you can do things on your own. Because I definitely recognize that sometimes when you start your business or you get to a point where you are ready to level up, you don't always know what to do. And more importantly, even if you know what to do, you don't know the hows of how to do it. So I created this entire program to help you walk through this and leverage your personal brand through each stage of the process. So stick around to the end. If you've made it this far, then you're clearly interested in what I have to say. So stick around to the end and I'll tell you a little bit more about the program. And go ahead and subscribe right now. Click the like button for this video, give it a thumbs up, and also hit the notification bell so you don't miss an episode. So we've gotten through the first 3 elements: the solution, the goal, and the plan, and your target. The fourth one is your media strategy. Now, it's all about the sales funnel. And this is tripped me up. Like for the first few years of my business, I mean more than the first few years of my business, when I started going more digital and trying to get customers online versus the traditional, networking way, the sales funnel really did trip me up. So listen up closely here, guys. The sales funnel is your friend because all of that stress and overwhelm that you feel from having to do all the things in your business, if done correctly, your sales funnel can take a lot of the work, the hard work out. You can do something one time and have it work for you over and over and over again. So for your inbound marketing, let's say your social media, you're doing all this posting and reels and stories and TikToks and all the things, let there be purpose to that. Don't just let it be something that you're showing off pictures and images and videos for entertainment. Guide people on a journey. Give them an amazing customer experience so that when they come in contact with your brand on social media, it piques their interest, and then you give them a call to action. And that call to action is going to convert them somewhere else. Possibly to an email list, possibly to a webinar, possibly to a Facebook group or a Pinterest group, but you want to direct them somewhere else. And then once they get in that place, you want to have a system in place that, say for instance, is your email. You want to create those automations so that you can have that welcome letter, and then the next letter, a sequence is what you call it, an email sequence, so that you write those emails once, and when someone opts in, every single time that automation just sort of takes over for you, and it takes them through a funnel, an experience with your brand, providing tons of value and quality information, but at the same time, guiding them with certain calls to actions until they actually convert or they sell or they make a purchase. And so your sales funnel is very instrumental in taking away some of that stress and frustration and overwhelm, while at the same time providing you the statistical data you need to adjust and tweak on your own time to make sure that it is running efficiently. So that's what you want. Now, your media strategy also is value adding. Yes, like I said before, you don't just want to post pretty pictures, put up videos that are funny and those, the different choreographed TikToks and reels. Provide them with actionable, valuable content that they can use to solve their problem or get closer to solving their problem, and that they want to come back and continue to get that valuable information from you. So your media strategy should be providing value, not just entertainment. And then again, like I said, the emails in those sequences, or even if it's in a Facebook group, nurture them once they get there. Don't leave them hanging. If they got a lead magnet, if you created a PDF or an ebook or something, don't just let them grab the ebook for free and read it and then you never follow up to see how they liked it. That's what you would be putting in the email sequence. A follow-up email to see if they like it, a special if they like that ebook and they want to get a little bit more information. Maybe you have a book for sale, maybe you have a product that's like a low-hanging fruit product, something like that. You want to continue the conversation with them after they have gotten off of social media and they've dropped into your sales funnel. You want that customer experience to be one that is nurturing and valuable and authentic to who you are and not too salesy. That's why your sales funnel is so important, because it really works for you when you're asleep. You want them to convert through that sales funnel. And now let's look at this last one. And I consider this one to be one that people don't talk about very often, but that is the customer appreciation strategy. Once they have gone through your funnel, whether they have made a purchase or they have grabbed an ebook or a lead magnet, they are now basically customers. They are people on your email list that you are nurturing. So now you want to reward them with like exclusive information, exclusive deals. You want to provide them with as much appreciation as you possibly can so that they know they are valued in your community and that their thoughts and their ideas and their questions are legitimate and they will get answers. You will value them. So that strategy is really important as well. When you are creating a marketing strategy, you want to follow through all the way to the end where you appreciate them for even being in participation with the strategy altogether. So let's run through them one last time and then I'm gonna let you go because it's that simple. If you want to understand these 5 elements every marketing strategy should have, definitely go back and watch the video again so that you get it down pat and you can start working on them. But let me run through them one last time. The first thing is you want to have a solution. Obviously, if you're creating a marketing strategy, you're trying to help people get exposure to your solution to a problem. You want that solution to be relatable and you want your your solution to be experience-based. Next, you want to have a goal, and that goal is nothing but a wish if you don't have a plan. So you want to make sure you have a plan to achieve the end game. Next, the target. Who are these people? Create an avatar for the group that represents the group as a whole, that has all the characteristics of the group, has the personality of the group, has all the defining qualities of the group, and make sure you run your decisions for your marketing strategy through that avatar to see if he or she will like what it is you're saying, where you're putting the information, so forth and so on. Your media strategy overall, you want to make sure that you are creating a fabulous customer experience through your sales funnel. And then lastly, you want to have a customer appreciation strategy, because you don't want to leave them hanging. You don't want to have them buy something and then you drop them like a bad habit. You want to continue to appreciate them, because guess what? They can work over and over again for you time and time again by not only making other purchases, but also referring you to people and being a great mouthpiece, word of mouth marketing that helps you grow your business and your sales exponentially. All right, that does it for today's video. But before I let you go, a couple of things I want to remind you of. Number one, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and click the notification bell. Secondly, let's talk. Comments are important here on YouTube. If you've made it this far in the video, please leave a comment and let me know what you think about the video and what you think about my 5 elements of that every marketing strategy should have, if you like the way I connected them to how you can leverage your personal brand to achieve them. And then also, I wanted to tell you about my program. Startup to Level Up is coming very soon, and I am sharing with you my 8-step strategy to fortify your business and eliminate the competition in a webinar that I will be doing very, very soon. The information will be in the description box below, so make sure you click it and register. This is January 22nd and January 23rd. It's going to be a video that gives you an overview of my 8 steps that I use with all of my clients, that I use for myself to solve my own problem, that can help you grow your business, fortify your business. That's the first thing, and to eliminate competition. So if that sounds like something you need, definitely register for that and be in the house for that webinar. Thanks again for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I will see you next week.